Hello everyone. I hope that you guys can see me and you can hear me. I am excited to share with you tonight about natural health products. So I'm going live on Instagram and I'm going live on Facebook, which is tech is not my thing. So I'm going to start with a little bit of peace and calming just to calm myself because I know that technology is not my thing. So if you're joining, maybe share where you guys are from and just say hello. So I'm going to start with a couple tints of peace and calming. It's one of my favorite oils, and it's actually one of the first oils that I used after I got my starter bundle. So I need the big breaths. I don't know about you guys, but technology, life, everything that's going on in the world, we can all take a moment to just kind of rest and recharge and just breathe in our oils. So our oils are really powerful. We just need to be using them and applying them, inhaling them, all of those kinds of things. So when you think of natural health products, you probably think, hey, like, aren't all of our Young Living products natural health products? Yes and no. So they are natural health products. However, with Health Canada, we have very specific ability, only in Canada, so Young Living Canada members, to be able to share a little bit more freely about some things that are approved with Health Canada. So let's say, I think, what's a good one that I just saw? So Peace and Calming, we'll get to this, but Peace and Calming is an approved natural health product in Canada for stress and relaxation. Guess what? Valor isn't. I use Valor for stress and relaxation for myself, but it isn't an approved natural health product. So how does this differ and how can we talk about it? How does it make sense to us? So according to Health Canada, a natural health product is a naturally occurring substance. It's used to restore or maintain good health. So they're often made from plants, but they can also be made from things like animals, microorganisms, marine sources, and they come in a wide variety of forms. So natural health products are not just essential oils. They come in forms like tablets, capsules, tinctures, solutions, creams, ointment, drops. There is a wide range of natural health products. And it's very cool that we have this ability to be able to share a little bit more specifically to support things. So it just means that if they're registered with Health Canada, they've been reviewed by Health Canada, and they've determined there is, and I'm going to say this because this is a cool part, there is sufficient evidence that exists to substantiate that these oils restore, maintain, or improve health. So this isn't just us saying it. It's not. So you might have, like, your crazy aunt or cousin saying, oh, those oils are just hippy dippy and woo woo, and they just don't even work. Well, maybe you can say, hey, did you know that XYZ oil really helps with digestive support? Or did you know that this oil is for headache support? We have very cool claims in Canada, so it's something that we can easily share with others in a kind of a verbiage that they're going to understand. So everybody knows what a headache is. Most people have heard of, digestive issues or eczema and dermatitis, or you've had a burn or a cut or a scrape. These are all things that are part of natural health products with Canada. So the difference is, or one thing that you will find, so if they're registered with Health Canada as a natural health product, they will have an NPN number attached to them. So I'll just put that up there. You probably can't see it very well, but the bottle will say NPN and then a number, and that just means that it is registered with Health Canada. And they have to have an expiry date because they are registered as a health product. So that's not to say that, maybe your lemon oil that you've had for a couple years is going to go bad, because if it is the pure lemon oil from Young Living, which we know it is, it doesn't go bad as long as it's that pure oil. There's no fatty carrier oil, no vegetable oil, nothing in it like that. But it just has to have a registered expiry and that registered number. So don't let that kind of scare you. If it is a registered natural health product, it will say that, okay? So it will have an expiry date. So how does this benefit us? We can have a wider range of speech when we're talking about oils. Maybe some of you guys don't know about a thing called compliance, but compliance is basically just to keep us safe, to keep Young Living as a whole safe, and to keep everybody else safe. So we're not out there making these wild, outrageous claims about, diseases and symptoms and things like that. We're just trying to help people support their bodies in certain ways, right? So I have often said to people, you know, I'm going to help you. You have a lot of head and neck tension, so we're going to support you. Here, try this peppermint, okay? But if it's a registered natural health product, you can actually say, this works for a headache. This is a suggestion for a headache. So do you see how there's a difference between the word headache and the word head and neck tension? One is almost, and I don't want to say diagnosis because it's not, but we want to stay clear of those kind of diagnosy terms, because we just want to be sharing how we're supporting our bodies with these products. We're not making wild claims, and we're not trying to treat, diagnose, cure. That is not what we're doing with Young Living products, with oils, with supplements. We're looking to support our bodies, right? So having the natural health product claims are really, really cool. Let's see, what else do I want? I got you. So what are some NHP categories? And if you guys know, I'll look at all the comments after because I can't see it. But a lot of people don't know about NHPs. So they're called NHPs, or natural health products. So different categories. So I'm going to list them off, and I want you guys to share if you've ever had this yourself, or if you've ever had anybody that you know that has had this issue. Acne. Acne is actually the reason I got started using Young Living. Burns, cuts, and bruises. Coughs and colds. Digestive issues, so digestion and gas pains. Eczema and dermatitis. General health maintenance, so things like this has to do, I'll talk about one of them, but like sunscreen is on there. Headaches. A lot of us have experienced headache at some point in our lives, like we've got to, right? Joint and muscle strain or pain. Rheumatoid arthritic pain. These are pretty cool claims that we have in Canada. Stress and relaxation. So these are big ones. These are super, super common things that a lot of people might be needing support with. And it might just kind of be a segue to be able to share with them that, yes, these are approved by Health Canada and you can use them in these ways to support your body. So I'm going to go through a couple of them. Some of these are really cool. If you look, Meredith will share a link to the NHP list. There's some frequently asked questions. There's a list of NHPs. We have so many approved NHPs. And I'll start by saying that just because an oil is not an approved NHP for, let's say, acne, doesn't mean that it won't work for that or won't support it, but it just means that instead of maybe saying I use XYZ for acne, you might just say I use this to support my skin and I put it in my moisturizer or put it in my cream. So do you see how there's just a difference between the kind of speech that you use? So acne, super common one. Like I said, that's why I got started using oils. So these are to treat the symptoms of acne or boils. And you will be amazed when you look at the NHP list. You'll be like, I would have never thought to use half of these. So things like bergamot. Who has used bergamot for acne? I actually haven't, but it is one that comes up actually on a lot of the NHPs. Bergamot is kind of a lemony lime, like citrusy scent. So it is photosensitive, which means if you're going to go out in the sun, making sure that you're protecting your skin and you're not using it. So if you're using it for acne on your skin, just knowing that you should be avoiding the sun for a while. Carrot seed, cedarwood, German chamomile, helichrysum, lime. I would have never thought to use lime for acne. Myrtle, patchouli, thyme, and vetiver. So the two that shocked me the most, bergamot for acne and vetiver. Like, I would have never, ever thought to use vetiver for acne. I wouldn't. Like, that's just not something I've heard of. So it is really cool to look at these lists and just to see kind of how expansive our oils can be. And if they're on the list for this, so for example, vetiver is on this list for acne. I actually don't use vetiver for acne. For me, I use it more just to calm myself and to feel a little bit more focused. But it is not an approved NHP for that use, right? So I would love to hear which of you guys have used any of these to treat acne. So bergamot, carrot seed, cedarwood, German chamomile, helichrysum, lime, myrtle, patchouli, thyme, and vetiver. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to put thyme on my face to help with acne. That just won't be a thing that I'm doing, but it is really cool that you can add these in. So next up, burns, cuts, and bruises. So to relieve minor skin irritation. Hello, all of us have had burns, cuts, or bruises. So for me, one that I would instantly think of, and I would say, oh, lavender is very soothing for the skin. But lavender is not an NHP for this specific thing. So do you see how there's just the difference in speech of, I can say lavender is really supportive to the skin, it's soothing. Whereas if you're talking about it for an NHP for burn, cut, or bruise, it is not one of the NHPs actually. So just kind of, it's different how you talk about it, right? And it doesn't mean you can't say these things, but this is just a really cool list to give you a little bit more freedom of speech. So burns, cuts, and bruises. Again, bergamot, which means if you don't have bergamot, it's already the top 2 ones. Bergamot, cedarwood again, clary sage. I would have never, ever thought to use clary sage for a burn, a cut, or a bruise. German chamomile, helichrysum again, marjoram, myrrh, patchouli again, rose, rosemary, sacred, frank, sage, and thyme. So again, lavender, for example, not on here. Doesn't mean you can't use it for this purpose, but for the NHPs and to be able to say that a little bit more freely, it's not on there. So it's a really cool list. So okay, I'm gonna keep going. So everybody has used that, and I want to know if you've used any of those for burns, cuts, or bruises, because I don't think I've used any of those other than helichrysum. And helichrysum is actually in Panaway, which is in our Canadian Starter Bundle. So that's a really good one I know I've used for supporting my body in that way. Next up is coughs and colds. So if you live in Canada, if you are here, it is winter, it is cold. Most people have cough and cold symptom at some point. So there's a whole schwack of oils that actually can support us during this time. So if you've gotten a Canadian Starter Bundle, which is the way, or US, which is the way most people start, you're going to have oils in it that people are going to suggest to say, oh, yep, this is really good for, supporting my respiratory system. But in order to be able to say they are good for coughs and colds as an NHP, they just have to be registered, okay? So Thieves is actually one that is a registered NHP. Where the heck did I put it? So Thieves. So if you've got a Canadian or US starter bundle, this will be in it. And it is one that is approved for coughs and colds. So this is massive. We're able to say that Health Canada approved it. It's good for coughs and colds. I can use it for prevention. I might, roll it on the balls of my feet to get that support in, dilute it, roll it on my chest, diffuse it when I feel something coming on, or just as a prevention, because guys, it's good for coughs and colds, and you can say that. So that is a really, really cool thing. We're not making this up. Health Canada has said this and approved it, and it's just a really powerful speech. So other ones for coughs and colds. So from our starter bundles, there is, let me see which ones. There's so many for coughs and colds, guys. So lavender, coughs and colds. Lemon, coughs and colds. Peppermint, where's my peppermint? Peppermint and Thieves. So 4 of the Canadian Starter Bundle oils are approved for cough and cold. How powerful is that? So maybe you want to use a lemon and a lavender on a little one, and you might want to rub it on their feet or dilute it or diffuse. Maybe you want to put lemon, lavender, and peppermint. I've heard is really great for seasonal support. And if you get coughs and colds during different seasons, that might be one that you want to use. So very, very cool that 4 of our starter bundle oils come as a cough and cold NHP. Other ones that are very interesting. So I think this is the biggest list and there's a big list for stress and relaxation, but cough and cold is a huge list. So Angelica, would have never thought. Aroma Ease. And if you guys have used any of these kind of off ones that, aren't your typical uses for them, I'd love to hear that. Aroma Seas, basil, bergamot again. This is your reminder if you've not got bergamot. Black pepper, cardamom, cedarwood, clary sage, clove, cypress, deep relief. Come on, I would have thought. Eucalyptus globulus, 100%. I would feel that one. Eucalyptus radiata. I love both of those, and those are great in the shower. Fennel, geranium, ginger, helichrysum, jade lemon, jasmine, Laurus nobilis. Love, love, love it. That one is an approved NHP for cough and cold. I absolutely love this one. I keep it in my shower too. Lavender, like I said, lemon, lime, marjoram, really gentle and really good for coughs and colds. Myrtle, neroli, never would have thought. Palmarosa, peppermint, pine, RC. Oh, sorry, there's 5 out of our starter bundle that is coughs and colds. RC, approved NHP for cough and cold. So 5 out of the 11 you can use for that. Where else am I? Relieve It, rose, rosemary, sacred frank, sacred sandalwood, sage, spearmint, tea tree, thieves, and thyme. That is a massive, expansive list. So people are unique too. So if you say, you know, somebody got their starter bundle and they don't love any of those oils, don't know why you wouldn't, they're amazing. That's why starter bundle is the best bang for your buck. But let's say they don't enjoy RC for their cough and cold, and they just, you know, don't like the way it smells, or it just doesn't work that great for them. Great, there are so many other options. So, and I say that kind of with a caution because we have so many amazing products, and we have over 600 oils and products that's why people start with that starter bundle. It is truly the best bang for your buck. It's the best kind of head to toe wellness, and just that little bundle of head to toe, really, like everything, coughs, colds, joint pain, all that. Because there's so many options for so many things that you don't want to get overwhelmed. So that starter bundle has that and has some of these approved NHPs in it. So it's a really nice way to start. And then if maybe those aren't your favorite, you can kind of expand from there. Or you know you've tried the ones that are pretty common and some of the ones that are approved NHPs, okay? Digestive health is next. So this is a big one. And a lot of people, that's kind of what makes them into a believer. They get a starter bundle and they use Digize and they're like, holy goodness, like how did I live without Digize? That instant relief, just rolling it on your stomach for like the cramping and the gas and the bloating. Like, it's amazing how fast our oils work if we use them, right guys? So, So Digize is one of those that is an approved NHP for digestive health. There are also a lot of other oils as well as supplements, which is really cool. So supplements, Alkalign. If you've not heard of that one, it's a really good one for kind of that acid in your stomach. So soothes digestion, relieves those gas. Another one is Life 9, which I absolutely love and would never go without, probiotic. So this is one that I think every single person should be on for obviously digestive health. That's an approved NHP, but there are so many other uses for probiotics if you look into it, or if you guys want to comment what you feel. But it is an approved NHP, so you can say, hey, this is approved by Health Canada. It's great for soothing digestion. It relieves gas pains. It is a powerful supplement, and it's got oils infused into it, so it helps with that absorption and the bioavailability. Digize too. So other digestive ones, Alkalign, Angelica, again, never would have thought. Aroma Ease, Aroma Seas, Basil, Bergamot, again, if you've not learned by now, bergamot is literally on like every list. My computer keeps dying. Okay, bergamot, black pepper, cardamom, citronella. Like, would you have ever thought citronella was good for digestive health? Because I wouldn't have. What else we got here? Clary sage, again, mind-blowing. Essential zymes. So if you don't know what that is, those are enzymes to help, like, it makes sense as a supplement. It's an enzyme, just kind of helps break down the food and helps with that digestion. Fennel, German chamomile, ginger, common one. Helichrysum, ICP, which is another supplement. It is kind of like the fiber and the bulk behind it. Lavender, lemongrass, Life 9, marjoram, melissa, neroli, nutmeg, patchouli, peppermint, Relieve It, rosemary, sacred sandalwood, sage, and spearmint. So, let's see. Oh, peppermint is on there. So peppermint out of your starter bundle is on there. Lavender is on there, and Digize is on there. So again, that's why the starter bundle is just that head to toe. So digestive health is one of the, I would say, the most common things that people want support with, and it kind of feeds into everything else, right? If you don't have if your digestion's off, if you feel sluggish, if you feel run down and just not feeling really great, then that's gonna kind of put you off in every other way. So I will definitely read you guys' comments after. How about let's do a little giveaway, Meredith. She will pick someone for us on Facebook. I would love for you guys to tag the person that invited you to this class, and one person is going to win a really lovely diffuser necklace. So as we get to stress and relaxation as one of the natural health product categories, that is something that's super common, especially now with just everything going on in the world and in daily life, that having oils right around your neck. I've got diffuser bracelets. Putting them places where you're going to smell them and have them on hand is really going to be powerful for you. So tag the person that invited you and we will do a little giveaway. Next, I'm going to do eczema and dermatitis. So again, common things, like how many people have had eczema or dermatitis? Just last week, my sister asked, hey, what is a good oil for eczema? Because my little nephew is getting some in the little crooks of his elbows. So this is to relieve dry, itchy, or sore skin. Another one, bergamot. Just add bergamot to your orders. I used to give this one away to people, like I used to send samples of it all the time just because it's so uplifting. And obviously it has so many uses. So bergamot, carrot seed, helichrysum, marjoram, myrrh, and caraway. So some things that might not be on that list, like you might think lavender is supportive for skin, or you might think, I suggested the rose ointment might be good. But it's very, very cool that we are able to say that these are actually approved for that. So like I said, it doesn't mean that one oil doesn't work or one does and one doesn't. It just means that these have been approved for that. So we have a lot of freedom of speech. Okay, then general health maintenance. So this is promoting everyday wellness. A lot of these are supplements, which is really cool. I'm not going to go through them all, but I will pick a couple favorites. So Comfort Cleanse, ICP, Life 9 that I mentioned, Master Formula, our mineral sunscreen lotion, multigreens, Omega Gize, Prostate Health, the Seedlings Diaper Rash Cream, Sulfurzyme, Super B, and Super C. So these are kind of more, other than the lotion and the sunscreen, these are supplements. And they all say on them what they are good for. So like I said, they're going to have natural health product. They'll have the NHP. So for example, this one's Sulfurzyme. And it's going to tell you what it's for. So Sulfurzyme helps to relieve joint pain associated with osteoarthritis. It provides antioxidants. So that's an approved NHP Health Canada claim. We are able to say that. There's huge power in that. Able to say, my aunt is really suffering with arthritis. What could I suggest for her? Well, there's something specifically laid out for that, right? So these are really good tools. They're in the product guides if you have one, or there's an FAQ online and a list of those I know Meredith will share. But really good ways to suggest people if they're looking for a specific support, right? The mineral sunscreen, like hello, sunscreen, it's an approved natural health product. It's got an NHP number. It is a broad spectrum water resistant sunscreen. Like how cool is that we can say that our sunscreen is an approved natural health product. And also this is your reminder, I know it's winter, but stock up on your sunscreen before it goes out of stock. Super B is another one, multigreens. So Super B, multivitamin supplement. This one, let's see what it says. Multivitamin, multi-mineral, natural health product. Again, it says it. So the difference might be, I specifically say I love Super B because I feel like it gives me energy support and I just feel like my mood is more balanced. But that's a feeling and that's a personal testimony and a personal story, let's say, whereas the stuff that's approved with Health Canada, you can just have that freedom of speech with it. So it's a really cool way to introduce people also to oils and natural products that, might be a little bit more skeptical or they're not sure how they can actually work to support their body. Multigreens. So again, natural health product. This one's really cool. So this is a source of antioxidants. It helps support liver function. It's a source of amino acids. It's involved in muscle protein synthesis. So these are some pretty cool claims, guys. Like, how cool is that we're able to say that these things support our bodies in so many ways, in so specific ways, right? And another one, headache. So every single person, I think, on here has experienced a headache at some point. So let's say, safe way to refer to this would be head and neck tension. So if you're not in Canada, you can't use these NHP claims, and if it's not one of those, you can't say it. So if you're not, you could say, for my head and neck tension, I like to apply XYZ on my neck. But if you're in Canada and they're an approved, sorry, my screen died, then you can say these. So Angelica, Aroma C's, basil, bergamot again, black pepper, citronella. Like, would you have ever thought citronella for headache? Clary sage, eucalyptus globulus, eucalyptus radiata, German chamomile, jasmine, Laurus nobilis, lavender, lemongrass, marjoram, neroli, relieve it, rose, sacred sandalwood, and spearmint. Like, these are amazing supports. So I will mention, for example, let's say, I don't think it is on here, right? So peppermint is a really common one that people might use in this situation, but it is not an approved natural health product in Canada. So how you can get around this is, instead of saying it's great for headaches, you can say I use it for my head and neck tension. That if we're sharing with people online and we're wanting to support them in a way, just kind of take out that nomenclature unless you're using an approved natural health product. So instead you might say lavender is great for headaches. I like to mix my lavender from my starter bundle, and I like to mix it with my peppermint. Okay, so that's how you can get around that. Otherwise, just say head and neck tension. Other ones that are really, I thought was interesting, like neroli and Laurus nobilis. Like, I would have never thought that that's one for, sorry, my screen keeps literally dying. Next is joint and muscle pain. So another super, super common one. So to relieve sprains, strains, and rheumatoid arthritis pain. So these ones are Agile Ease, Angelica, Aroma Ease, black pepper, cedarwood, really? Celery seed, citronella. Again, like, who the heck would think citronella can do so much? Oh my goodness, my technology here. Clary sage again, clove, Cool Azul pain cream, which I'll talk about. Cypress, deep relief, another favorite. Eucalyptus globulus, eucalyptus radiata, fennel, German chamomile, ginger, helichrysum, jasmine, Laurus nobilis, lavender, lemongrass, lime, marjoram, nutmeg, peppermint, pine, relieve it, rosemary, sage, sulfurzyme, thyme, vetiver, wintergreen, and the Ortho Ease massage oil. Like, that is a whole giant list of supports, and a lot of these oils and products will come up in multiple categories, which is really cool, just because we know that one oil doesn't do one thing, it has multiple uses. So Cool Azul pain cream. This is an approved natural health product. This is a fantastic support for pain, and we know that we can say it supports joint and muscle pain. So relieves strains, sprains, rheumatoid arthritic pain. And we can say that because it says it on here, and we can actually even say pain relief cream, right? So we just have that freedom of speech with it, which is really powerful. Deep relief, another really amazing one for pain. We can say that it's great for joint and muscle pain. So these are powerful things that we can share with people. And I know that it's so different. I think someone mentioned it's a lot different when you're in person and you can just say, yeah, I use this for this and I just feel comfortable and this is how it supports my body. But we're kind of in a new age of sharing, and to be able to share online and just know that you're safe to say these things and have that freedom of speech a little bit, okay? Last but not least, stress and relaxation. So something we all need. So I tented with Peace and Calming when we first started, and that is one of the approved NHPs for stress and relaxation. The other ones are Angelica, Aroma Ease, Aroma C's, basil, cedarwood again, celery seed, clary sage. Clary sage comes up on a lot of them. Deep relief, German chamomile, grapefruit, helichrysum, jasmine, Laurus nobilis, lavender, lemongrass, marjoram, melissa, neroli, nutmeg, orange, palmarosa, patchouli, peace and calming, peppermint is even on there for stress and relaxation, pine, rose, sacred frankincense, sacred sandalwood, sage, spearmint, stress away, another really amazing one, thyme, and ylang ylang. So most people probably only think of maybe like the traditional ones of oh, you know, Stress Away and Peace and Calming, they're really great for stress and relaxation. But look at how many other oils are on there. Like, we have such a wide array of oils and supplements and products to support us that no two people are the same. So I love Peace and Calming. It might not be what someone else is drawn to, and it might not, you know, support them in that way. But we have such freedom with these kind of suggestions, right? Definitely, if you're going to look at this, and if you're going to, if you're not new to oils, then looking at this probably won't be as overwhelming. But if you are new to oils or you don't have oils yet, my kind of tip is to talk to the person that invited you to this class and look at getting a starter bundle. A lot of the oils that we talked about are in the starter bundle here. A lot of them aren't, like bergamot, for example, but you could add that on. But knowing that that has a wide range of supports from head to toe, so that you're not looking and you're like, oh my goodness, you know, I'm so stressed already, I want stress and relaxation, but like, how do I choose between these 15 oils that are in the stress and relaxation category? Like, I just can't do it. Well, maybe instead look at a starter bundle that, like I said, has that head to toe support, and it has things like peppermint in it, it has lavender in it, it has oils that are good for stress and relaxation. And maybe they won't be your favorites or your go-tos. Like for me, like I said, Valor's one of them, and it's not even one of the NHPs. But know that you'll just have that kind of pre-guided head to toe wellness support, and then you can branch out, and then you can look, you know what, I didn't love the smell of lavender, so I'm going to try Stress Away next, because that one's supposed to be really great for stress and relaxation. So then you can kind of guide how you want to try things. So know that our oils and our supplements are really powerful, but they need to be used. So just because you put on, let's say, stress and relaxation, just because you throw on a little bit of Peace and Calming and say, yep, it's supposed to be for stress and relaxation, know that these oils have to be used. You have to use them more often probably than you think. One and done is not the deal. Add them to your life, use them daily, and find ways that you can keep them in plain sight. So if you're looking to support, let's say, joint and muscle pain, you're going to want, like, I carry my Deep Relief with me all the time. I carry it with me to work. I keep a roller on it. I have it with me, and I actually apply it prevention. So every break at work, I apply it to my back, because I don't know when I'm going to get a little bit of stiffness, but I know that it's better to have some prevention and support for my body, and just be able to use these tools that we have and just have them on hand, right? So with NHPs, what does this mean really? So does this mean, like I mentioned kind of throughout this, does this mean I can't say Valor doesn't support me to feel more calm? You can still share how you use other oils and other products to support your body, but just know that if you're gonna say kind of more of like a claim, like, again, we don't want to diagnose, we're not curing, we're not treating, we're supporting. So if you want to use kind of one of those more claimy things, like let's say like headache, for example, just know that you should probably stick to the ones that are in here if you're going to be sharing on like online and sharing how that supports your body, just so that it's a little bit more free speech and you're able to do that. And otherwise use words like head and neck tension versus headache. So there is definitely ways to still share about this and to still kind of have that freedom without sticking to NHPs, but I feel like these are things that people just don't know about. So NHPs are really, really amazing to share with others, and you can even, let's say, for example, you break out your, if you have one, I have one here somewhere, so in a product guide, this is the one from last year, they actually have a section, and there's a digital product guide as well, but there's a whole section on NHPs. So this is also a really great way to be able to introduce people, maybe to have people look through it and say, you know, I actually do need support for digestion. I didn't even think about that. Or, yep, I need things for joint and muscle pain or stress and relaxation. And if they pick out a couple things from those categories and they're in the starter bundle, great. I would suggest that that's where most people start, just because of that great head to toe wellness coverage. But otherwise, maybe they want to start with one for headache, and that's what they do. They look through here, they decide, yep, I'm going to try, let's see, oh gosh, there's lots in here. Okay, eventually I'll get to headache. Okay, headache. I'm gonna try, like I mentioned, bergamot's good for everything. So I'm gonna try bergamot and see what I like and go from there. Like, that's a great way to be able to introduce people and just to let them know that there are amazing supports within oils. These plant-based products are fabulous for our life, our home. It's an amazing way to share with others just how it can support our bodies and minds and kind of everything in between. So I hope that was helpful and not overwhelming for you. I know that there's a wide list of NHPs, which is really amazing. We're getting more NHPs approved all the time. And if you would like the list, we can link that as well. And just know that there are amazing uses for all of these oils that don't necessarily fit into these categories, but these categories have a lot of power in them. They're things that people have had in their life, and they're things that, you know, we all deal with at some point in our life. So to have that kind of backing with us that we can say that is just a really cool thing. So thank you guys for joining me, and I would love to hear your comments and takeaways, and I will see you later, guys. Thank you.